when I think about my personal journey and how I ended up at the church, I think you have to look a little bit further back for me historically, and my journey really changed paths at the walk to Emmaus. The experience that I had there changed me forever, and it changed the way I looked at being a follower of Jesus. And as a result of that, I had a new way of thinking and a new way of doing things, and I wanted to do things differently. And the church just happened to come about at a time where there were a group of people who I truly believe shared those same thoughts, in that they wanted to follow Jesus, but do it in a way that wasn't necessarily the way that it always had been done.
But all of us felt some type of calling toward just a new way of loving like Jesus, of being a church with the freedom to express how you wanted to love Jesus, how your heart's desire, instead of being regulated.
Church. We were invited to an 8:30 service at another church. It was a more contemporary service, more laid-back service. And we went, and we really, really liked it. We liked the pastor, we liked the people that were there. And so very quickly we found ourselves plugged in to that service, and found ourselves very quickly invested in lives of people that went to that service in a way that we never had before in any other church. And after just a very short time, we found out that our pastor, who we considered to be our pastor, was leaving.
And he was just talking with me about the plan that he had for this church. And, you know, at the time, I really didn't know what would become of it, what would happen. It was all very, very new ground, very a new process for me. I'd always involved in some kind of an already established church. This was ground zero. And
service.
I gotta
So
say,
when he left and they organized and decided that they were going to start a new body and ask him to lead it, we said, sounds good to us, and we jumped on board too.
Okay. A friend of mine had been asking us to go, so I sent her a message, and I said, you know, we'd like to join you at church in the morning. What time does it start? And she said, we'd love to have you 10:30. So Tyler and I went to the church. We came in, we sat in the back. We looked around, I couldn't find my friend. I told Taylor, I said, I don't know any of these people. And he said, well, maybe she's running late. Well, maybe so, but she never showed up.
A friend of mine and I were named in a lawsuit, and after we both testified, my boss at the time asked me to go check on her, and I did, and she ended up in a minister's office, and it kind of just funneled from there. And then she just kept asking me to go to church, and finally one day I ran out of excuses, and so we went. And I told Bobby I wasn't going by myself, so he had to go with me.
And we come in as strangers, but we didn't leave as strangers that day. We felt love, we felt caring, and most of all, we felt God. And that was on Palm Sunday last year. And we decided that morning that we were coming back, and we keep coming back. So
We went, and we decided that we needed to raise our family in a church.
it's been one of the best decisions I've made, bar none. Established so many incredible relationships, shared so many incredible memories. It's been well worth it.
We took a step out of church for quite a while. My son has challenges that he faces, and because of those, church became a very difficult place for him. And it was stressful for him. He couldn't really find a place that he fit in, and it was hard. It was hard to get up and go every day. So we found ourselves at a place where we just walked away from the church, and the desire to be in fellowship with other Christians was still there. And after several promptings from my son's school counselor, we decided to give this church a try, and we came, and we were amazed at the different diversity of people that were there, and the love that people showed. We didn't
showcase love, and that is how I believe I got started at the church, and that has been what has kept me going and being a part of the church. And what
we didn't feel like we were being watched, and my son didn't feel like all the eyes in the room were on him. He felt happy when he left, and he felt like he had been in a place that he was accepted, and he was loved.